Often the same kind of issues that you would find in relation to any trading business, but in the context of family businesses, these disagreements can be heightened by underlying personal tensions, dynastic issues as to the direction that the business is going in, disagreements between various branches of the family. Communication is key. All too often we see family businesses either stagnating or in more serious cases falling apart simply because family members haven't sat down and thought about, or at least thrashed out, how the family business is going to be managed in the future. Ways that this might be encouraged are by informal family meetings, whereby the family members agree to sit down and have these conversations outside of the more formal board meetings. It can also be a good building block for the introduction of a more formal family charter or constitution. So there's no set format, but trusted advisors can introduce particular ideas to the family and encourage them to consider what might be important for their particular family and their business. If a conflict has already arisen, the key is to try and manage it quickly and efficiently with minimum impact to the business. Where there is a family charter, this is often really easily achieved because the family members have at least agreed a process or a mechanism by which any dispute might be resolved. If the matter is more serious or there's the risk of potential court proceedings further down the line, the parties may need to engage in a more formal mediation process. If the dispute ends up in court, there are three main areas that I think the parties need to focus on. Number one is publicity, managing how that litigation is going to be perceived both internally and externally. So internally, it's with a view to avoiding staff members becoming disaffected or wondering about their own future at the business. And externally, it's trying to minimise the impact of the litigation on the business's ability to carry on trading. The second point is to try to separate emotion from business. That's very easy for me to say, particularly where an individual feels let down or deceived, but it's a really important part of both the individual's recovery and that of the business. The third point, I think, is that the family needs to learn from this litigation and work out what might be the best way of moving forward.